Welcome everybody to Onward VRML Season 13, Week 9. I have to remind myself we're in Week 9, because I thought we were in 10 already, but we're in 9. We are here tonight, starting out on Bazaar with Legacy versus Notorious. Legacy is currently 7th in the NA ladder. Notorious, 4th. So these two teams are in for a good matchup tonight overall because of the fact that Notorious, if they win, they will continue to keep their position in the top 4 or 5, 3 maybe, depending on what the other teams are up like in that ranking. And Notorious is holding their position pretty strong from what I've seen in the standings, game win-wise. While Legacy, they're at 7th. This one could bump them into 8. Possibly 9. They really want to hold that 8 and above slot, as if you followed along with VRML in the past. We take the top 8 typically for globally, and now we're actually doing per region, and we're going to do the beginning of the finals with that wrapped. So that way we kind of get the waters a little bit more relative for each of the regions, and do a grand finals, if I remember this correctly, will be the top 2 of each of those that make it through the bracket all the way in from the finals into the grand finals. So Legacy really wants to keep this position. They're 7th, they want to keep in the top 8 as long as they can. So a win for them could put them at 6, maybe 5. We'll see. But Notorious, they'll want to hold this this bracket as best as they can right now. We are clearly starting off on Bazaar, and I'm seeing the teams are all set to go. So let's hop into the bans real quick before we get started on. Legacy has banned Quarantine, while Snow Peak is Notorious. So we're not going to play those. That plain and simple. Bazaar, a good mid-range map, as most folks here already have dialed in know. And looks like we are going to kind of play it out from here. Like, we can go large, we can go small. I think we're going to see a good mix tonight. I'm expecting a downfall out of Legacy, since they are 7 and 5, or maybe a Suburbia because they're 7 and 4 there. Whereas on Notorious, Subway, they're 7 and 5 right now. Quarantine, they're 100% win rate with 6 and 6. Suburbia is a 6 and 4. So they're pretty similarly matched on Suburbia. Downfall is 100% win rate on 4 and 4 for Notorious as well. So guess we'll see. There's strong teams on both of those. Snow Peak being a 2-0 on Notorious, they didn't want to play that at all. In Bazaar, Notorious has only played Bazaar one time this season so far, and they lost it. Comparatively though, 6 and 3 on Legacy side. So overall, we're in for a good matchup. We're starting out here on the tank, so we should... I'm expecting to see some caps. I'm expecting to see a cap attempt basically right off the bat here. There's no reason, from what I see with these two teams, the skill level isn't there to go in and get the smokes out and a cap snuck in real quick. But for tonight, the lineup from Legacy, Sickness DB, sure, Maverick 6570, Snakebite and Mao, Notorious. Oh, was not practicing. Leo Wheeler, Mission, General Chickens, Wicca Wicca, and TX Mad Matt. Let's hop on into gameplay. We are ready to go. Let's see what Notorious is going to start off with. Like we got a mini-map bug here, so I'll have to keep an eye on everybody a little more closely. Wicca Wicca is going to take up the wall on Dark. Chickens is going off the northeast courtyard, with Mission holding in the southwest courtyard. Blue room. Luler? I'm gonna really screw this name up. I'm sorry in advance. We're getting a good crossing on the shots. On Marsoc, Sickness DB is going to be peeking out this road here. Not going to see anything just yet, but first shots ring out from Maverick on over towards, looks like Leo.
That was me. The tile in the blue room resembled a guy, and I just checked it.
Oh, okay. There we go. There's the explanation. Round number 1. Already checking a little bit of corners there. Let's pop in and over in the northeast corridor. We got Mao on the red truck, looking through the windows in the alley, just taking it nice and slow. Looks like they're pulling the LMG tonight. And Mad Max. Want to check on this angle here too. Very, very late angle on the street. This is an excellent little angle we got going on here. You're not going to see that until it's too late, because you're not checking that corner until you're right on top of it. Snakebite and Jerk going in on the southern approach. Gonna leave this a 2-1-1 split. Looks like we're gonna see a bit of a slow explosion for the assault here. Quick 350 call out was from Sickness, but I don't think this is gonna really count too much except for maybe one other person here, because they gotta be facing the same direction. Maverick is gonna be a little bit off on that call out because of their general positioning. Let's take a look in on Mission. Not gonna see anything here. Mao is still around the corner, being nice and patient, waiting for the rest of the team to move in. Tablet on the shelf.
There's a solid
Great
wall behind me.
idea there.
So no.
3 minutes remaining. We got plenty of time, but nobody's taken a real shot at each other just yet. Sickness moving in nice and cautiously though. Not going to see anything just yet. Maverick doing a quick check there, but that frag grenade did give a little bit of a spook to somebody over here. Another late angle here, but Mao gets an identification over onto Mission in the blue room. A quick smoke to give a little bit of that potential cover. Doesn't seem like it's going to cover just enough. It might be a little bit of an angle there over their view, but down goes one. Sickness going to leave this open for Maverick to at least come in. Mad Max is going to take down one more. Snakebite is looking in for a potential refrag. Snakebite's going to be really cautious about here. If maybe a flashbang or a frag grenade would get them
How you doing?
knocked out.
I know you're back there, bro. You may as well just admit it. We're still friends, right?
Well, there's some potential conversation going on here. Maverick is taking a handful of rounds.
In the middle of the market.
Down goes Mao. This is a 2v5.
There's one on me, south.
Bit wise to pop on out of that room. Give Snakebite a little bit more distance between the two. Keeping that angle nice and tight so they always have to cross or you hear from behind, but we'll come back to them in a minute. With 45 seconds remaining, Legacy really have to figure out how they're going to do this. It's going to be a hard fight here for them. The 40 seconds. Five people to go down in 38. Probably. Oh.
Minus one south.
likely not going to happen here. 30 seconds remaining. All on up to Maverick to at least get one kill on Notorious here, but I don't think this angle is going to work until it's too late. Let's see. Are we going to see the angle? There it is. 12 seconds remaining. One goes down. Going for the cap potential and not making it. Chicken's ultimately defending that with the east courtyard. Notorious going to pick up one. A nice tight defense there. Very nice angles, especially in a couple that may not have necessarily seen before. I like the angle in the south the best because that's like me. I'm about defending with a way to have an exfil, but have a hard cover nearby you, so that way you at least know where they're coming from. And that was an excellent spot for that. Had a doorway nearby. That they couldn't pull out in the back and swing around, ultimately getting the kill on Snakebite. But Legacy, with the longer push in, I think it needed to be a little bit faster because they were running out of time at the last bit there. Taking a quick scroll through and chat here. Welcome in, everybody. We had lots of new subscribers and followers over the last week. I've been out off the desk for a couple weeks due to traveling and general family kind of stuff, so it's been a little bit. It's great to be back here. Great to see lots of friendly faces, new faces, and ones of old. Let's pop back in. Round number 2.
Yes.
How's your son's moving?
Oh, it was fine.
Emotional or not really?
Huh?
Emotional or not really?
No, he was
Yeah.
ready for him to get the fuck out of the house.
Oh yeah, I was. My wife cried a little bit.
Saw a C4 on the chest there, so we should see that come out. Early shots out from Wicca Wicca on the
One
jerk.
crossed over northeast.
Didn't get the connection, it looks like, but the call out of northeast here is made. That was Mao on the wall. Only downs Jiggins, but he's got to get this confirmation with the smoke there. Does not come out, and Mad Matt is going to make this a 5v5 still. Mission on the swing for a round in the back, looking for Mao as they charge up. There's the head. A quick duck down by Mao does not make that connect. Excellent movement in the Spidey senses there. Seeing a 4-1 push here. Look at this all the way in the southwest of the map. We have one
Watch the flank,
defender,
watch the flank.
Sickness, all the way out in market as well. They're looking for the hunt. See if they can get all the way around behind. There goes the C4. Not going to connect, but Sickness does grab Wicca Wicca from through the doorway. Mission is now on a short halt here.
Alright, minus one
Down
guy
goes
flanking.
Sickness from behind, and Mission does get the refrag on Mao. So we are still kinda at an advantage on Notorious, but they did lose one on this push all the way on the eastern front. Wonderful throw from Maverick considering their position, but that does not ultimately connect. It does give them a bit of a hint
Oh my god, why
to
was
where
he
they were though.
Alright, minus one. I think he's in blue room, blue room.
Call on Bloom is accurate. We got a 4v2 now. Maverick is going to have to really watch this as one smoke does come out to at least obscure the view from one doorway. But Chiggins and Mission are on the other side of that wall. This is going to have to be a quick collapse in from everybody.
Fast.
With Lou around the Snakebite grabs
Got one.
Shiggins, and we are in a 1v1, 1v2 here on this uplink area. Mad Matt is gonna have to get around here and at least find an angle as to where the other two defenders were. Maverick is still holding the blue room after that call out, interestingly, and being known given the smoke position that they had thrown at them. That was an excellent smoke there. Another frag grenade does not connect with the mission, but that does give a little bit of a hint as to where Snakebite was based on that throw and how it came in. Snake does get shot at from Mad Matt, but mission's looking that corner too now with both of these holding up little head peaks. One little quick shot on of a spray might actually end up tagging one out. 2 minutes remaining. 2v2.
There's one across the street.
Little bit of silence here. Just slow it down a little bit. But that smoke maybe only get them a little bit more antsy from Snakebite's perspective. Doesn't obscure the entire entryway, and they're gonna need at least one more here. They know where Snakebite
It's
is.
in blue room, so you need to watch that side.
It's just needing to get frag or a smoke there. Maverick going down leaves this open from the opposite direction, but that smoke is now gone. They need one more here. 1 minute remaining as Snakebite is holding the late angle. What's going to happen? Mad Matt was looking for the code. Look, we are going to see one more
1 minute.
come out. No, looked like they were trying to grab a smoke and pull it, but quick peek does not get the connection there. Buzz exposes exactly where they are. Mad Matt is going around. Snakebite's counter. Uplink is open. Uplink is open. Snakebite charges in, and the last kill is Notorious grabbing the kill with 35 seconds remaining while they were pushing uplink. A great way to come back from a potential quick flank there on Cygnus TV with the Market East Courtyard. Because if that kill wasn't taken and left unchecked, that push wouldn't have been very well. Wouldn't have gone very well at all. Ultimately, the take in from the tank courtyard was a bit late, but Snakebite did hold a good angle just to see the edge of what was going to happen on the approach here, especially when Maverick went down. They only had one way to really come in and really kind of survive that. Let's oh, I gotta set the camera up over here. We are now in yet another eastern side. A little tidbit, if you didn't know, they moved that uplink, so you can't actually cap it from behind the wall anymore. You gotta go in from the column directly underneath the tent there. That might be slightly late, but I was supposed to give a call out from Snakebites. He said, Lala, this game is for you. I love you. Never had a call out before, so first time for everything. Great, great to see that going on. With some new friendly faces here, especially ones from team members, because I believe that is his girlfriend who is traveling and was not able to watch the match directly. Round number 3. Wicca's gonna push this real quick, a little bit more of a conservative peak into the market, while the rest of the team is doing a 3-2 split here. Jerp and Sickness are gonna take the market, while Snakebite, Maverick, and Mao are going in all the way from the south. First shot's an identification from Mission on the tank. Does at least get the one called out, but there are 2 more behind them. It's important information, especially because one's going to be coming out the blue room door here, while the 2 in market are going to be doing their push through kayaks. Down goes Mission with a headshot, and that's gonna leave Chiggins to defend this approach with, again, the same position they had. They must be nice and comfy here, but hop over to Kayat, Sickness, and Luler. Just around the wall from each other. Seemed like a wonderful frag grenade. Oh, a quick peek, and Sickness goes down with refrag, though, from Jerp. Does clear out the market. And Maverick is directly on top of Chiggins, not getting this confirmation kill. Chiggin just gave the call out. Snakebite's gonna knife for the confirmation.
I just have to take this guy out.
So that really just leaves a 2v4 with Mad Matt having a C4 still unclacked. Wicca does get into a great cross position as well here. Flashbangs are not going to be effective, but look at this. Legacy is entirely surrounding the uplink. This is a great play from them, and great call because of the fact it's a 4v2, and there's only 3 ways they can come in. And they know they can just take down one. Wicca changing positions after hearing those shots, and rightfully so, as the SA-80 fire from Mao comes up and over. Jerp gets the down. Wicca. Hope they're communicating this, because Jerp is looking at the tablet for the code. Smoke is not going to expire, and Mad Matt does get the quick kill and defense there. Maybe my game audio's bugged, because I heard sounds before, but now I'm no longer hearing them. I'm sure these guys are communicating. There goes one more. Mao's got Mad pinned. Legacy picks up their first point. We heard the sounds beforehand. I'm just double checking that my game, or that my audio settings are correctly. I'm hearing the game. I should be hearing them talking away here as well. Legacy on the board with 1 now. Not getting counted out entirely from this map here that they chose. A great method for assault. It was just entirely surrounding that uplink. Really gave them the freedom of movement to be able to come in one at a time, really, and kind of just get those last little picks, as the angles that Notorious were holding were very, very tight. Nicely done. Shout out to our sponsors: VR Cover, Pro2, Arma for jerseys, VR Wear for jerseys and clothing. Nice and comfy clothing, by the way. Jerseys too. The Arma jerseys are really great quality. Downpour Interactive, of course, the developers of the game. So I think the dev blog said they're hiring a good amount of people and reworking a lot of stuff to make the game better long-term for scalability. So interesting to see what they're going to come up with over the next few updates. See.
Play the tree, or what are you gonna
Yeah, I got him. There we go.
Yes.
Maybe they just weren't talking. Maybe I'm just paranoid. We're in round number 4. Let's get this going here. 2 seconds, 1 second, and there's the go. Looks like we're going to see another 2-2-1 from Legacy here. Charging very aggressively in the north. With lasers coming from both sides. Sickness goes down first, leaving Maverick here looking like they're gonna try to get a frag grenade out. Not gonna be effective just yet. Now, a little bit too far out. But down goes Luler. Mad Matt. Might be able to cover the street here, but not see Maverick too well. Meanwhile, Wicca is into the southern market with Mission. The question that Mission had was, is Kayak clear? I don't think they're gonna get an accurate statement as to whether or not they're though. I think their gun stop. Oh, Guardian was having some issues there. I don't see that C4 out just yet, but we know there's one deployed. Interestingly, Maverick is taking up an angle where their back and front are open. They're holding a very neutral angle, and they're really relying on the sounds as to whether they go forward or backward to take any sort of cover at all. But if, look at this, if Wicca basically gets through a little bit more and stands up, they might be able to see Maverick. Taking another peek in this angle here. Wicca is looking in the bottom of Kayats. Nice and slow is the approach. As usual with these master tiered folks, a little bit of hand communication coming out from Wicca. Trying to get Mission to pull up a little bit closer, go around. Whoop, we had a laser. Maverick checking both sides still. But Wicca is out in the open here. There's down in confirmation. It's going to give Chiggins an opportunity to come through with Matt behind them. Chiggins just barely missed the head of Maverick. Just barely through the hole. That whole circle. Down goes Chiggins with
Echo 2.
a quick peek looking for where Maverick was. This is an unexpectedly great spot, especially if you can swing back and forth. Mad Matt knows exactly where Maverick is now. Mission's got an idea, but
Mad, you good?
Oh, I'm fine, buddy.
yeah, I'm just chilling here. I'm just chilling in the alley, fully exposed, taking two folks of the team out. Like I said, excellent floating spot here. But they're not gonna see Mad Matt come up from behind. Oop! A quick peek, and just to verify where they were, there he goes, and now Derp is probably wondering what just happened to Maverick here. 2v3 with 1 minute 20 seconds remaining. They're gonna have to make this push at some point here. An uncoordinated push, possibly? Jerp is now smoked out there. Mao takes out the one in the north. A counter fragment, not going to be effective. Jerp just barely getting missed timing-wise in that frag, so it's now up to Mission to do a 1v3. Well, we can hear the Snake bite. Down goes Snake. Jerp and Mao dialed in on this corner here. Quick flashbang, not going to be effective. Mission's going to pull back and go all the way through the opposite direction. Jerp looking out. Changes last second here. Mao with a quick C4 throw over and an excellent way to take out the last player. Clip it and ship it, folks. Clip it for the highlight reels. Legacy ties this up 2-2, and what an excellent way to do it. We are now moving into, where are we going? We're in the far northwest, the most capable from all different angles. Probably the hardest one to get into, granted, but gonna keep us on our toes. I wonder if we're gonna see this trade-off and then go into Kayat to finish off. That'd be interesting. That'd be a real nail biter to end off map 1. Taking a gander through chat here. Is any Crazy Dave VR. Can anyone explain why they don't stream in 1080p? From what I have read in a handful of places, and I guess it's kind of debatable, there's not much of a quality difference in 1080p versus 936. But if I remember right, we're in 1600 by 900, I think explicitly because of mobile. Alright, let's see how Notorious is going to counter with...
Yeah, it
Hold
does.
your angles, do not peek. I catch you peeking, I'm kicking you out of this game.
Oh no.
I'm just
another
kidding.
C4.
Team.
Oh, burn from Mad Matt. Burn from Mad Matt there. Chickens is gonna cover the... Oh, a late angle instead of peeking out the shots. First early shots from Mao, actually. I don't know if they actually got anything decent on Mad Matt. They're getting a good angle through this window, though. Take a peek on Sickness as well as they are crossing the street here. Nice laid down prone. Night vision even equipped here. Chicken's now actually holding a small peek. Not gonna find anything here. Snakebite also looking for just about anything they can get. A quick smoke is gonna come out to at least give a little bit of the obscurity. A bit late in the street though, I think, for a cross. Oh, and a quick trade-off with Sickness and Chickens, only downed though. Sickness, as a reminder, was peeking their way through and through the street, trying to get into that that shop real quick there. Mao, I think if they pre-fired through the shops here, after taking those shots and exposing exactly where they were. There's Snakebite doing the pre-fire. Not gonna catch the angle they need to, though, to get Leewer. Down goes Mission. This is
Another down in the north.
bit open north. Looks like we have one coming back to cover that angle, though. The same exact angle, actually, they were just holding. Wicca is looking for refrag.
One north.
I'm not going to catch it, but there is a second one in the north. Jerp could maybe find the head of Wicca here if they dial in just enough. Oh! What a frag! The protection from the boxes keeps Wicca alive. They're gonna pull off, and Mad Matt is going to get Mao as they were coming in from the western shops. A 3v3 now. And Snakebite is on the approach in, looking for Mad Matt. Oh, you can hear those shots, or those chatters. Wicca's gonna get Jerp all the way in the north as well, so it's still a 1v1 battle up there. Come back here in a second, but
There's a guy in my spot.
excellent team communication, especially with Wicca holding, seems to be good angle on that northern approach there. Maverick knowing exactly where they were. The flashbang not going to be affected, but this is now going to be a coordinated push in from Legacy. Matt entirely smoked out. Excellent smoke throw by Maverick. Almost taking out Snakebite in return, though. 2 minutes remaining. Lular's got an excellent angle for this approach in here as well. They're just trying to find any little bit of an angle they can for an upward edge to come in. Oh, a quick peek and almost gotten taken out.
Hey, there's one in.
Listen to the communication. Uh-oh, uh-oh. A little bit of the shoulder. .130, can hear Mad Matt looking for a peek, not gonna find it. They're behind the wall on that shelving there. Lular! Almost a headshot there, but looks like they tagged the shoulder. Where are we at with scores here now? We are so far in. We are on round number 5 that just finished. Uh-oh, a drop in Legacy real quick as the round did just complete. Mad Matt 12-3. Maverick 6-5. Clearly strong on this arc here. Alright, Jerp did come back in. So Legacy does have their 5th. Just about mid-round planning here. Alright, who's got bets as to where we're going after this? Given the team's reputations and the maps I had read off earlier. Map calls. Where are we going next? Notorious. Does get them across the street relatively safely now, though.
Sick. Can I rush?
No. Which way are you going?
I don't know. Never mind now.
If you're gonna go south,
Let's see if Jerp peeks the street like they were looking for. All the way out in the back. Quick low angle. the exact point of view they can see. They're not going to get to do that already crossed well behind in market. It does give them a good, excellent positioning for the rest of the team that's coming in. As usual, we are in a bit of a short halt here as the teams kind of start checking angles and peeking, making this nice and quiet approach.
-1 blue room.
That kill does help. It doesn't really open any angles in particular. Interesting they threw a smoke directly on it though, after the kill. See what this cross looks like. Chirp is looking through the window. Wicca coming around. Not gonna come out the street ultimately. Safer play that way. Again, just a little bit of a pre-fire shot. Maybe from that suppressed weapon. Yeah, there's the pre-fire. There we go. Maverick. Or, I'm sorry, it was a MCX getting that kill with the suppressed
-1
weapon
mini-market.
ultimately does help open up
That is
the
2
angle
pre-fired
in.
spots. That's amazing.
Does open up the southwest, but it looks like we're going to see a little bit of coverage coming down from Maverick to try to at least hold a little bit on that later angle. Mission to the street! Mission to the street! Down goes Snakebite, the opposer on that. Mao is also around the corner. Could hear that. The 4v2 still. Down goes Mao, and as Lure was capping.
Hooray!
Notorious pick up the kills instead, missing out on that cap opportunity. Could have helped a little bit with the points, at least securing a good point lead. But here's a real question: where are we going? We've seen how these two like to play Bazaar, which is a good mid-range. Is now in the hands of Notorious to take us to our next venture. Do a quick score check here. Again, Mad Matt still holding a 12-4. Lular with a 5-4. Maverick ultimately got 6-6 for tying that up. Mao 5-4. With, by the way, an excellent C4 kill to wrap up a round. So overall, just a couple of really strong players there. I'm sure we lost their stats as they went up, but I mean, like you can't go without saying the coordination on both sides for pushes to encircle and encompass the rest of the objective was phenomenal. It's great to see that, especially from the top players being able to at least get the coordination down. You'd kind of expect, they're top players, but some golds and diamonds don't necessarily get to that point still. It's always great to see what those teams can pull out. Guess where we're going? My favorite night map. Abandoned. I did not see this, honestly, because, let's see here. Notorious played it one time and won it. What's the round wins? 4-4. Rounds played 4, win 4. So, interesting choice. Guess they didn't want to play Downfall because it's a strong map between both sets of teams. Checking in on Legacy. Not played at all. There's the reasoning. Not played at all. So, yeah. This is going down. I don't think I have anybody on for predictions. Let's see. Yeah, if we can get predictions for this one. This, I think, would be really interesting to see what the predictions are and what everybody's thinking is going to happen for this. I don't think I've actually done that before on one. So if one of the mods who are watching could throw predictions out, that would be awesome. But let's see what we're gonna have here. We're starting out on the center tank courtyard wall near the containers. So if I remember right, you have spawns on all 4 sides because we are in the center of the map, so that leaves all 4 positions open. So they're gonna have to at least have the coverage to determine where exactly Notorious is coming from, but not get killed. This is a great sniping map. Typically, there's at least one in the 3-story. That's usually a given. There's probably going to be one playing the containers nearby, because, I mean, that kind of makes sense. You have to have somebody at least nearby. One could play the wall or the rocks to the south of it, south of the uplink there, or even pushing in on the gas tanks to the south. And if they get somebody in the gas tanks to the south with a southern spawn, that's going to be real vital, because that top container is looking out, it is a dark corner, it is looking out to the south west there.
Why did you get burn marker?
Let's see what Legacy's thinking here.
Hey, where are you, Lion? Lion, come here. Okay, listen, I'm gonna go up top and look south, and I want you to go up top and look to the north, which is your right now.
Okay, got it.
Alright, so we're putting 2 in the 3-story to cover the southern approach. And all the way over on the other side of the map, Notorious got a northeast spawn, wrapping 1 all the way around. Mad Matt opting to take the more exposed route on the street coming in, but nobody making it over from Legacy. Alright, he went inside the building. He's gonna go check the windows here. Yeah, top right window. You could look at how Legacy's set up here, 2 dedicated to the courtyard coming in, with Mad around the corner from Snakebite, within a frag grenade's throw. There's the backdrop of the pipes to give that rebound kind of a shot there. But this could be a little bit dangerous of a peek if Snakebite was holding that concrete barrier. We're kind of giving a little bit of a protection behind. Snakebite is making a bit of noise. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's take a peek all the way on the other side here. Wicca with a couple of rounds hitting, and there goes down for Sickness DB. They're still able to be revived. That confirmation shot is not going to happen. Lion is going to go and grab that. even then, if look at this angle. If somebody from Legacy was holding that window, they could see, could potentially see Matt come in and take this. But they are purely dialed in on Snakebite. Again, a counter frag or a flashbang would really be helpful to get this Snakebite ready for the peak. Not gonna get the shot down in time. Down goes Snakebite. Derp is gonna come in around for a quick rotation. Sickness does not get those shots ultimately on Mad Matt. Mission coming in from the south with Sickness looking this direction. I don't know if Mission's gonna get this angle just in time though. Matt hasn't moved yet, but Luler is looking for anything. Ooh, Chiggins with a down on Jerp after that rotation on the dumpster, but the quick revive from Maverick does keep this going. Maverick also able to really defend this here against Mad Matt. 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining. We're gonna have to see a push coming in through soon. That was some excellent utility usage there.
Yep.
Quickly grab that tablet and advance up there. And a quick refrag of opposite teammates there. Down goes Maverick. Uplink is open except for one. Lionheart's got to crash back in. Wicked's coming all the way around to throw this bit off pace. Lionheart gonna look for Mad Matt. Not ready in time. I think they were getting the gun stock fixed back up again. Wicca kind of out in the open looking for a Lion. Rounds being exchanged. It is a 2-2. 125 remaining. One inside the warehouse. Sickness goes down. Wicca's smoke is dissipating. And with kills coming in from behind in the warehouse. Excellently timed push despite a bit of the chaos going on there. So if we see this coordination again from Notorious, as they still encircle the uplink and really kind of cover each other's backs. This is going to be a great way to rip through Abandoned. Wicca almost was presented with a cap. That smoke dissipated just a little bit too fast. Just a little bit too fast for them. But that would have been huge to start off Abandoned, especially with Legacy not playing it before. That would have been a great mental game to play with Legacy. Going to a map you're not playing competitively, getting the cap off in the beginning, that would be a little more demoralizing. Their defense, that was also great because look, you put one on the wall, it's kind of necessary. You put one in the courtyard, either on the concrete barriers or the garbage can. That's kind of necessary. Two in the 3-story. That a little surprised me, but it kind of makes sense because it gives you the advantage of seeing the north and the south there, as we saw with Wicca getting the hit on Sickness initially. It also gives you the coverage coming in, but it leaves you in a really long rotation to come back.
What, Chevy?
Biggins is going to go out the back door. Wicca's going upstairs. 3 dedicated to south. Not going to happen. Quick spawn, quick spawn, quick spawn. nice shots out from
Before,
Wicca.
there's another one pushing
Does
down
get one
underneath
hit
pipes.
on the shoulder. But that call out is going to be very, very critical because of the fact that they could charge right down into the courtyards and the warehouse uncontested. This warehouse is entirely open for Snakebite to come in and take through. The only thing they got to worry about is Wicca towards the end. And they're basically holding online right now with this push. Drip coming in from the south. Looks like Chiggins is going to reposition a little bit all the way down in the south. Mission Cooler. Really late angles, leaving Mad Matt to their kind of strongholds this one spot.
Got at least 2 center.
Excellent call out
Center
here.
building somewhere.
Flashbang. Yep, gonna slow down the approach here. Mad Matt is gonna push a little bit, but does get taken out ultimately. A bit too confident in that flashbang. No surprise that it didn't reach Snakebite, but they probably were tucked in a bit there. And smoke on the approach for uplink isn't gonna really help too much. We are at least dialed down to 3 on for Legacy. They're all pushing through the center here as a team. Kind of exposed to Mission. They take the wall side, but Wicca has got an excellent set of cover on this. Maybe a misthrow from Snakebite. I don't think they meant to have it go that short. They did, at least got them to advance safely here on the wall, but he does get 1 bullet for their trouble with Wicca now looking for the head. Maverick and Lionheart now splitting up here with a 2-4 approach.
Yeah, I know. I only hit him, but I met killed him.
Excellent communication from Notorious with the confirmation on the kill there. Maverick. Not gonna see the head of Lueller in time. Wick also had a great angle on it. Mission now advancing. Oh no, they're still holding this. I thought they were on the other rock. Lionheart challenging the same angle as well. Ultimately opting to pull back here. 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining. They got plenty of time, but they gotta really pick apart the defense with lots of open terrain here. Wicca could easily see this approach if they were looking this direction, but it's exactly what they choose to do in return. Wicca gonna peek this just a little bit. Uh-oh, misfire in the air. Oh, maybe it was intentional. Yeah, based on direction, it was probably intentional for Wicca to come over to the window again here. Not a bad idea. It's worked for me in the past, but on Suburbia, but ultimately doesn't pay off here for Lion. One minute 40 remaining, and now we're switching to the north-hand side. Gotta duck down behind this wall before Wicca comes over looking. After not seeing anything in the south or the center, Wicca's looking a little bit more aggressively, trying to find where Zex's angles, but Lionheart is gonna spend the remaining minute going all the way around. This is definitely gonna at least confuse like a Notorious, but checking the angle here. Chiggins does have their back exposed. Down goes Chiggins. 45 seconds remaining. Mission's gonna start coming around. Lion did take a round for the troubles. Now Lion's kind of cornered into this coastal approach. 25 seconds remaining here. Mission is dialed in. The suppressive fire of the SA-80 does ultimately get Mission to go down. Finish this off with 15 seconds remaining for the defense. An excellent last ditch of effort there on Lion's part. Does get 2 in the end, so it wasn't entirely off the board. They are 3-2 now with a revive. We're only going into round 3 here, so Wicca 4-0. Lula 3-0. That's a good sign for strength on Notorious, especially since this is their second time playing it. Legacy has not touched this map competitively yet, and we are now going to the apartments. Super Capital can do this in 45 seconds if you do it right. If you have enough smoke coverage, and if you get lucky enough that Volk didn't fully charge the third apartment there, the far south one. If Legacy pulls the defense around all 3 buildings, you at least prevent the plausibility of an easy cap. But you're really kind of leaving the western approach open unless you tuck in. There's tuck-in spots you can do, like you can tuck on the dumpster, kind of leave your head exposed. You kinda can do the pipes. I mean, there's a couple of peaky spots here, but you can get through those pretty easily. Tuck in on some of these angles, you get that later cross. Let's see if Notorious is gonna go for it.
Hey,
Only one spawn.
Mike's good.
I was gonna say you can get early
Might be
picks.
able to pick a couple off. That'd be good.
They're gonna have to run over
Yeah,
there.
this tree is useful for those early picks. Let's see who holds it, or how they push all. So we got 3 in the south, 2 in the north.
Right in this season.
I haven't.
Alright, no pre-fire, so.
No pre-fire called. They are not holding.
Okay, they spawned south.
They are not holding an aggressive angle on
I literally
this
dove to the floor.
to defend it. Chirp's getting a little bit closer, but Thickness saying they spawn south. There's only 1 spawn on this, so kind of shows a bit of a map awareness potential issue there. Jerp is going to hold a great angle for covering in
Can't get in my building now,
on
though.
the eastern approach, but that does throw off Sickness, as we can hear. Snakebite pushing all the way west, might catch out 1 or 2. Wow, going way around. Look at that push. Not checking north is gonna leave those 2 free to rotate around as far as wherever they want. These footsteps are gonna be heard though. And down goes Snakebite because of it.
-1 in the 3-story.
Check in on the southern approaches. North is still getting set up here. Jerp did relocate. A lot more exposed here. Sickness holding in a bit of another angle.
-1, I think I just downed him. He's... whenever Lou goes all the way around, he's on that side, north side of apartments, on the walkway.
Good call from AdMat there.
They're going to pick him up.
And excellent communication.
him.
Excellent communication. Gets the revive shut down. Lion is stuck there on the ground. Chirp now holding a bit of a different angle here, especially since they're cut down to 2. Maverick has got to hold in on the center warehouse here as well. We'll cut in on this in a minute here.
Echo 4, Echo 4, Echo 4.
-1 from on Notorious now at least gives the western approach a little bit more comfort back there. Down goes Lionheart at 50. Smoke's coming out to at least counter Maverick. Again, we're seeing Notorious just surround the uplinks entirely here. Mad Matt is down below a little bit. We got a good 10-second push before he can get on the street. Wicca and Mission really getting set up here for the approach, and they are going for a cap. It's quite evident here they are trying to get somebody in on this cap. Maverick is able to force this to be a gunfight in the south, while Mission and Lou are going all the way around. Is Jerp gonna catch this? They're going after Wicca. And uplink is relatively open. Nobody in the north, they trade out in the end, and Notorious does not get the cap that they were looking for. A wise decision from Legacy to at least take this as a lost kill-wise instead of wrapping up map 2 with a 4-0. This gives Legacy a tough position, though. Legacy, now while in a great capable uplink, now has to figure out how they want to play this without playing this competitively before. And we heard a little bit of the communication saying they don't have that map familiarity. It's going to be a hard fight. If Legacy at least can come back to this collectively and take this head on with surrounding that uplink again, like Notorious has already demonstrated 3-4 times now, this could put them on the board. This could at least give them the 1 point to stop them from being unanswered. And that then puts Notorious on Marsoc with a new uplink. We haven't seen Warehouse. We haven't seen Center Warehouse yet. Also very capable. We haven't seen the South Quick Spawn. We haven't seen the gas tanks. We haven't seen North Helicopter. Any one of those puts Notorious back on Marsoc, and it could play into their favor if they can get it, if they can get this point. That said, gas tanks and quick. If we get one of those, and if Legacy does get the point, and we get one of those, Legacy at least goes back on Volk for it, and they have a stronger potential to keep the momentum going. But they got to pull it off. This is an excellent spot to get a couple early kills if the Volk side chooses to go a couple of different ways. If they cross the street, there's a pre-fire right here coming out. But your head is now fully exposed, and you've now got a blind fire. And your blind fire is not going to be as effective because you're not necessarily hitting the dirt where you need to over here. Wicca's going to hold the far eastern approach, and we'll come back here in a minute, but we have one on the center that has flashed a return through
Garage down, I got the garage.
through the warehouse. Jerk does ultimately go down here. Lou able to hold the western approach while Snakebite's going all the way around. All the way around. The rest of the team's going to have to hold up because it's a 2v5 now. And where are they? They're going all the way around to the south. Jump on in. I can't go over the rocks. This is a pretty exposed route to come through. Tap of the mouse, that was accidental there. Bad Matt's got this late angle covered here as well. And Snakebite's going all the way on helicopter trying to find something in here. They're not going to really see anything unless... not going to see anything unless mission in the north on that BMP kind of pokes it out their way out, but then doubtful at this rate. They know it's a 5v2. Wicca's got the line on it. Looks like they're going to try to time this approach in. But Lion's got the worst of it. Quick duck down does get the rounds over the head. Not going to be effective. Wicca's going to rotate on the dumpster and try to throw off exactly where Lionheart was. Snakebite is coming way around, but they're not going to see Wicca for a little bit.
Like an east rocky trail thing.
Checking the other angles here. Mad's got this approach while Wicca covering the opposite direction. We were talking about this angle earlier. This is a great defensible position here. You can't easily get hit. Got a small little sliver, but you can hit them as they come through the rocks to that crate. Which it might be the way Lionheart's going to choose. Mission does go down on the BMP, giving a small northern approach. Nobody's looking to rotate off though. There's still got 4. Wicca with a laser down. Snakebite gets him. Mad Matt gets the refrag though in the opposite side. Snakebite does have the ability to come in all the way from behind and cap this. It is Notorious going to rotate and recognize this availability here. One does. Mad Matt's going to cover this approach, but is it going to be in time to see Snakebite get in on the uplink? You got to cross through Chiggin's line of sight and Lou. That smoke's not going to be there for long, but Mad Matt is challenging this. They do have the pin on it. Lou wraps this up with a minute 50 remaining. Legacy tried to get this push in and just does not do it. So Notorious takes it 4-0. An excellent attempt from Legacy, especially with not having the map knowledge for this. But it just wasn't there. They tried. They did a really good effort on this last one. It was very well planned. They just lost a couple too early to really pull that execution off. With that, we're going to another one of my likings. We're going to Tanker. I like the odd maps if you haven't figured that out yet. Not many teams play these ones, but I like them. They're fun to run in pubs. Lots of little tidbits of map knowledge to look for on this one. I'm not gonna give them away. We'll see if they come out. We might get a swap out here. Yeah, it looks like we're swapping out on Legacy. Alright, what do you think? We're on Tanker. Let's see. What is Legacy like on Tanker? They have played it once, and they've won it once. 5 rounds played, 4 rounds won. And Notorious not played at all. So, 2 maps that the other team hasn't played. Nice little surprise. I wonder if this is on purpose because of the fact that we are in week 9. We are 6 weeks out. Really like 5.5 from when we see some different map rotations coming out here. So you don't want to necessarily not play a map and then have it hold on you for the ending weeks. You want to get your maps played through for the Challenger Cups in the finals. At least get the exposure, at least see what other teams are like. But you gotta have the map knowledge still. You gotta be playing these in pubs to really kind of get those little nitpickings of those angles. Those are critical. As we saw with Wicca Wicca, they had a great angle on those pipes.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Ford! Sorry. I love it, Chargers.
You know where they're coming from.
Let's see, one smoke was not going to be effective, and one is greatly thrown. Gonna at least obscure the vision. This looks like a map knowledge kind of a thing here. There are a couple of early angles. We're seeing an exploded advance here from Notorious, though. Smoke launcher coming out. Wicca Wicca in the center on the north. Getting one. Luler looking for another. Gonna actually loop around. Come back in on missions spot here. While the rest of the team is pushing in from the south. They're not really coordinated. Snakebite is underneath. Luler Maverick. Straight out. 3-4 with Notorious still leading by one. Mad Matt is holding a good top angle here. Now 2 underneath. With Mao all the way in the back there. Lion does get one. Mao goes to grab Mission. Chiggins making this a 2-2. Snakebite all the way coming around. Mao getting closer. Chicken's gonna have to look this uplink. It's a 1v2. Rushing the uplink. Probably a good wise choice, but Mao and Snakebite seemed like they were gonna ultimately get the kills based on how that was going. There's Legacy's first point in a while. I think it's now. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. 5 rounds or 6 rounds? I think it's 5. No, 6. Because Bazaar, we wrapped up with Notorious. So a little disorganized. I mean, it's tanker. It's a bigger cargo. If you sync up the midway push, though, call it the masts in the center. I don't know if I should call it masts. They're cargo lifters, but call it a mast in the center. If you can get everybody up to that point coordinatedly, and you do a 2-2 push, 2 in the north, 2 in the south, and then put 1 in the center, at least for the top perspective, you can outflank them. And there's, like I said, there's little map knowledge tidbits here that could be pulled and used very effectively to get you in on this uplink. This uplink is very capable. And Legacy did have a smoke launcher. If they put it in the right spot, this corner at least could have been approaching them if Mao did get past Chiggins in this last little set of containers. Let's see what they're thinking for a defense. We're going to see 1 going up top, maybe 1 going on the bottom. I think it might be Maverick here. Yeah, Maverick's going down. Sickness going to hold up top, looking for really any angle here on the southern approach. Snakebite does get 1 early pick there.
South bottom's clear.
I don't know if they know you can't shoot through those windows, but now holding a good defensive point in the center.
Some of them
A
downstairs. Some of them
5v3 now with Wicca and Chiggins in the northern approach. Snakebite coming all the way around. There's a trade out, so we're in a 3v2 with one revivable. Wicca's trying to grab Snakebite. Not gonna get a connection here. Ultimately pull down with Chiggins. There comes the revive. Snakebite looking for Chiggins. Tablet and a quick one-handed shot there. Wicca could go and grab that revive. Maverick.
Watch the end of the hall.
Thanks.
Oh, let's stand up top.
Hey, Steeler.
See, Mao is now rotating over in the south. Sickness also pushing forward. A 3v2 with one going below. That one below could really throw them off. There's not many people actually looking in the back there, covering that angle. Maverick also holding up a good defensible point here, at least getting the northern approach locked in. Sickness covering in the longer
He's
range
on south, left side, the
spot
stairwell.
here. Wicca trying to find anything, but not gonna really happen here. Now, interestingly, to counter the downward position that Chiggins was originally holding, Legacy could do the same. And that would have at least given them the surprise in on the center. Maverick did hold an excellent angle here to grab a center point to at least keep them getting closer. They need to hold this angle here if they're going to try to actually get in the defense from Chiggins. Wicca now changing their mind, going downstairs though. Nope, just doing a quick peek. There goes one. Wicca's coming in behind. And Legacy showing the dominance on Tanker in the map launch. Quick score check here. We're only around 2. We usually do this at 3. Lionheart's 2-2. Mao 3-0. 2-2 on Lou. 2 Chiggins. But outside of that, we're still relatively even for the rest of the kills. Where are we going? We are still up top. This is not my favorite uplink here. Do I have a favorite uplink on Tanker? Yeah, probably center, downstairs. Downstairs in the basement. But here, if Notorious continues to play this with not as much reservation on defense, and they keep going aggressively, they might hold this from a center push. But you gotta account for the downstairs, because with this one, if you send one all the way down the middle and come up from behind, it's a good surprise, but they gotta book it. They gotta be fast and just book it like crazy, not checking any of the angles or the corners down there. And Legacy, that smoke launcher might come in handy. Yeah, we've seen it once on them so far. Let's change up. I usually check in on Volk to see how they defend here, but this one doesn't really matter because no team gets truly set up and quickly on this uplink. Maverick is going to get a little bit of a late start. Sickness and Lion are getting the quick push here. Smoke out from Sickness, nicely placed to at least prevent the visibility from Wicca. Early fire. They go down. A quick trade out in the middle there with Lou, at least coming up for the revive. Snakebite's all the way downstairs. Wicca checking down. as well. Not gonna find anything anymore. It is a 3v4 due to that revive. Both playing really reserved, but kind of disorganized here. Back. We're getting this push up here. Lou coming down. Good out there. Check behind him. Oh! Okay, Lion's able to trade it out there. We're gonna get revived. Chickens goes down. Wicca and Mission need to stay on uplink. Not getting this call here, not getting this visibility. The cap could have happened here from Safe Fight right now. Cap could have easily happened from Safe Fight right there. Lots of utility coming out here. Mao almost getting shot from. Goik almost getting shot from Mission as a team fire there. But Mao's got to get confirmed. It is Lionheart going all the way back around. Look at this. Mao's in a great position to give the callouts as well. At least until now. Wicca's still moving all around, trying to keep that adrenaline rush going, but Lion's going to throw this off a little bit. Wicca's just got to sit still, cover really one angle here. Mission's got the front covered. Wicca just needs to hold in here and watch the windows.
I don't know.
Uh-oh, onward timing, onward timing! Wicca goes down. It's a 1v1 with now the position given away. Lion's got to duck back in. 3 minutes remaining. We are in the longest round of tanker we've actually seen tonight so far here. Mission not moving. Wise. Lion could be exposed here. Mission can see this, but they can't shoot each other. Lionheart's got to go out the back door and come around from the south to really give a bit of a different kind of cover. They can't get in from the north very easily. And Mission's exposing. Oh, it's right out! And Notorious gets the first round on tanker for themselves here. 3 rounds in. Not letting this go. Lionheart 4-3. Excellently played. Excellent call going all the way down and under as an audible there. Tanker is hard to really strategize and hold it together because of just how tight these corners are. Legacy, and thinking back on this, after like the first 30 seconds when the initial chaos hit and there was 3 people remaining, the 2 in the back needed to really kind of just link up instead of attacking it one by one. I think that'd be the one call that could have been made as a map awareness, I should say player awareness kind of a thing, because they had Lion going all the way down and around for a flanking run. So if Mao and who was that? If Mao and Snakebite had just kind of held back a little bit more and then coordinated the push from both sides, I think that would have gotten it. I think that would have been a guaranteed win there.
Oh, come on.
He owes you a beer, buddy.
Now this angle here is interesting because they're running all forward And they could get an early kickoff. Lionheart does get an advance of the smoke. They have their night vision down. Don't really need it on tanker. Let me flip back into gameplay here. Sorry about that.
There's some center. There's some center.
Call out for center, but I mean, this map is mostly center here. Mad Max not able to see Sickness because of the smoke there. Wheeler gonna get picked up, making this a 5v3. Straight out in the end, Sickness gets another one. And I believe that's a third. A 1v2. With Chickens all the way in the back.
Holy shit, there were so many guys. I mowed down 3 in a row, I think. Last one's gonna be underneath, going to the back. I'm guessing. Nope, he's backside, looking over the top.
Sickness gonna chance it. And he gets the
Got him,
kill.
fucking 4-piece.
They get the 4 kills there. An excellent push. 6 and 2 now. An excellent push from Sickness. Legacy holding strong on Tanker. 3 and 1 here. Is this the match point? As we still remain up top. We're on the back mast here. Again, another cap opponent. We're getting lots of good cap uplinks here. Is Notorious going to come back and at least send us to the last uplink? Or the last 2 uplinks. There's 2 uplinks, so we haven't seen downstairs, we haven't seen all the way in the captain's quarters. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to pull this off and actually get us into a round number 5. Oh, I'm sorry, round math 7. So we're going to round number 5 right now. It would be a 7 if we actually got into the low or the captain's quarters. But this uplink, you gotta get smokes in on this. The Volk have to really lock down the front approach. There's a couple different ways you could do it. You could put a few people in some really late spots, like on the black pallet on uplink. You can send somebody in between the crates here in the north.
No, all 5. Fuck it. Let's go. All 5. Downstairs. What do we got?
Sounds like another audible thing can take it here. All 5 going down below.
Oh, we're gonna
This is dangerous.
Stay to the right. Stay to the right.
Mission coming down. No way. Only gets the 1. And that's gonna leave, I think it's going to leave Notorious a little confused of where everybody is at. We're going to see 1 down on the other side, but... I'm sorry, nothing down on the other side. But they've lost 2 to underneath. Let's just... Uh-oh. Who's coming in from the behind here? 1 goes down up top, 2 go down up top. It's a 2-2. Wicca holding strong on the uplink here. Lion and Snake Bites still underneath. There's Lou going all the way in the north, coming back up top for an uplink defense.
There's at least 2 underneath.
All right, good call out. Good call out. Wicca probably gonna take that knowledge and just hold in real close here. Lion's gonna hear these footsteps though. Snake Bites moving around a lot as well.
Missed.
Frag grenade and... Oh. Wicca going. Wicca's gonna try to counter with that as well,
Down
but
below. You're down below on my side.
kind of in a bit of a holdout moment here. Rare to see in Tanker. But after getting the knowledge of the two on that side, Wicca opting to take the other approach on the north, just as Snakebite gets a flashbang around the corner, does give Wicca a bit of knowledge as to where one is. A slow push. They have the windows and the walls to protect them, but Wicca ultimately win the fight. Snakebite! Oh, Lionheart getting the refrag. A 1v2, a 1v1 now with Lou. Ooh. Not a lot of eyes on one side of it. Brief bit of silence here. Looks like Lion is going to just get underneath the laser. Maybe not safely cross here, though. Lou's got to check a couple different angles. Uh-oh. There's the laser cross. Lion doesn't know exactly where they are, though. There's the wrap up of Legacy. 4-1 on Tanker. A excellent way for them to at least come back point-wise. They have 5 total compared to the 9. But an excellent way to come back and get some points on the board for MMR. That was a great decision to come over here to Tanker. Let's see, I think they had played it once. Yeah, they played it once. But it clearly shows that they've been practicing it either in pubs or in scrims. Not a lot of organized play from either side here because, I mean, it's Tanker and you can do a little bit in cargo, but Tanker's a little bit bigger. But ultimately the kills and where they lie and how quick you get them in are really the key points of Tanker. You gotta get something chopped down sooner than later to at least keep the momentum and the advantage in your favor. Well, we're wrapping up here at 10:37 Eastern, an hour and a half solid of the gameplay. Congrats to Notorious winning the match here. That might slide them up from 4th to 3rd. We'll see how that report kind of turns out, and we'll follow both teams here in a couple of minutes. But thank you for sticking around. Looks like we had one new chatter here. Thanks for coming by, at least the one new chatter that I caught. But thanks for stopping by, everybody. Shout out to all the sponsors here. VRML, Pro2 VR, Arma, VRware, VR Cover, Downpour Interactive, and of course VRML for the sponsorships and everything that contributes to the Onward gameplay here. I'm Grenade Magnet signing off. Have a good night.